This is Ground Affected. My name is Brent, and welcome to An Idiot Speaks About Painting for 10 minutes. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I painted everybody's favorite space trash panda. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing. Yes, I will earn that subscription by the end of this video, as long as you watch all the way through, and if you get to the end and you feel like you didn't like it, there's instructions for what to do in that case as well. This model was sculpted by 3D Wicked. There will be a link for their Patreon in the description below. And now, for me to show you how I painted this model, let's get right into it. So for this model, I decided that I would put a magnet in the base. This would help me remove and attach the model when I wanted to do the object source lighting at a later stage during this paint job. Starting with a black primer, I used a light metallic silver and I sprayed that all over the entire gun, preparing this for a black wash at a later stage. Then, working on the base, I'm going to start with a dark brown. This is going to cover most of the base, leaving a bit of the black underneath it. I'm then going to use a slightly more orangey brown, and I'm going to spray that from the direction where the fire on this piece is going to be. Using a white ink, I'm going to spray the flames. This is going to give me a good base for me to put yellow over the top, so the yellow will be a lot crisper and brighter. This is the wash I was talking about. Unfortunately, I made a mistake and I used an enamel wash. I've never used one of these before and I didn't realize it would take 3 days to dry, so I ended up wiping most of it off, drying it up and using my trusty pen wash from Ammo by Mig. The idea for this is to pretty much cover the whole gun so that later on I can dry brush metallics over the top and just grab some of the edges. The gun must look dirty. It's a used, worn battle weapon used by a space rat, so of course it's going to be dirty. If you use enamel paints, don't try clean off with water. I'm using a white spirit to clean my brush. Now to spray the flames with yellow. This is Demonic Yellow from Army Painter, and I'm spraying this directly over the top of the flames. While that dried, I went back to the base and I put down Army Painter's Skin Tone and Dark Wash over the base. I just rubbed this all over the place, making it go into the deepest crevices. Using a yellow, I sprayed very lightly from the side of the flames to create a bit more atmosphere. Now I'm going to use a translucent color from Tamiya. Starting off with an orange first, I thinned this down and sprayed it over the yellow on the flames. This is going to help create depth and help make the blending between the orange and the yellow look a lot smoother. Using it from one direction helps to create that effect too. Using the red, I'm going to spray just the tips of the flames, and yes, it looks a bit more cartoony, but it still looks like flames and they look hot and fiery. I then mixed white and yellow to make a really light yellow, and I painted some of the highlight edges on the tips of the flames just to create a bit more depth and interest in the flames themselves. Now, using a bronze and a light bronze from Pro Acrylic, I'm going to base coat all the bullets on the base of this model. Then using a copper, I'm going to go back in and do the tips of every single bullet. And while that dried, I started working on the fur of the rat. Using a reddish brown, I'm going to spray the entire piece of fur completely solid, including his tail that sticks out of his little pants. Then using a light skin tone, I'm going to spray the light areas around his face, like his nose, his mouth, and the little eyebrows that are just super cute. Using an airbrush to do this is going to save me a load of time, but at the same time, masking that off would be a nightmare. So I came back later and I used the base color to tidy up the edges of my airbrushing around the eyes and the mouth. Then I took a dark wash and I laid this over all of the fur. This is to create a bit more depth and make it a little bit more dirty. Again, washes tend to make things look dirtier, so for a space rat, I felt using a wash would make it more sense because he is a dirty raccoon that flies around in space, so I'd prefer to have it look a little bit dirtier. Base coating his goggles with a black, and then moving swiftly on to his scarf. I used Flesh Terror's Red, which is a contrast paint from Citadel, because it goes down super easy. And then I used Magos Purple, which is also a contrast paint, to paint the insides of his mouth. And while I was working on his mouth, I took a bit of white and I painted all the tips of his teeth. I then went back and touched up all the overspray on his suit. And while that dried, I used this time to dry brush the silver over his weaponry, making sure to mainly dry brush this from the top. As for the missile that's in the floor, I used a light green over the black, quite thin down, so that it gave an olive drabby kind of look. I then used a nuclear warhead blue to paint the tip of this missile. Using silver, I edge highlighted the Stark Industries logo on the side, and then sprayed a bit of Agrax Earthshade through the airbrush to create a little bit more atmosphere and dirt. Using silver again, I'm going to go over all the little cracks and nicks on the side of the missile, just to create a little bit more weathering and more depth to the missile. Dry brushing the base to create a little bit more depth as well on the base. I find if you want a more refined looking dry brush, it's best to steal one of your wife's cleanest makeup brushes. And then because the Army Painter washes have a gloss to them, I'm going to use a matte clear to make sure that the base is nice and matte. Using white on the edges to bring out just the highlight points, mainly towards the front of the model. This is going to create more depth, and after that, gluing in the missile so we can start getting ready to work on the rest of the model. I used Racoon flesh shade over the tops of the bullets. Yes, this will dull the shine, but I used this to create a little bit more depth between the bullets, and I came back again later with a light bronze to catch all the edges and highlights on the bullets. I masked up his tail so I could paint the darkest blue on the suit. I then used a lighter blue, which is basically just white mixed into the blue I had, to create a highlight all over the top highest points of the model. While that dried, I took a dry brush and I dry brushed the scarf. I used a skin tone for this so as not to create too much saturation. Again, I want a dirty looking model. Then I had to spend a load of time doing all the little knickknacks on his body. I mixed up a brown, but I desaturated it with a bit of white. This was, again, I don't want too much saturation in this model because he's a space raccoon and not a freaking lollipop. So carefully going through the body, I made sure to base coat every single patch, satchel, or strap that needed to be brown and prepared for the next stage. I used bronze on some of the buttons and his belt buckle, and I used washes again to wash the browns once I had finished painting them. Being careful not to overload on the washes because they can pool up and look very untidy even though we're going for a dirtyish look. I then painted the hands on the gun to match the suit color, and once that had dried, I glued that to the body so that I had a body attached to the guns and the base not attached to the body and a head separate to make everything a lot easier. I sprayed white ink from the one side, the direction of where the flames are. I then used that translucent orange again, and I sprayed that again from the direction of where the flames are burning from. Unfortunately, most of this object source lighting is hidden at the back of the model, but that's okay. I know I did it. You've seen I did it. It looks cool. I glued the flames onto the base, and I made sure that everything worked as it was needed to work. I then took my favorite stuff, pigment powders, and I smashed that all over the base in order to make it look a little bit more dusty and realistic. Then using washes again, yes, I'm using a lot of washes this time. I then added some highlights to his face in the white areas, a little bit of highlights onto his teeth as well. Made sure that I had painted them clean. And then started painting his eyes. I start off with the black as per usual, and then I put a white into the center of that black. This creates the good look for the eye and makes it seem like there is some kind of shape to the eye. I painted the lenses of his goggles. I then painted the eyes on the raccoon and put a highlight in each one. I dry brushed his tail and the rest of his fur. I used non-oil wash to add some stripes to the tail, and that's the end of that, pretty much.
You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe.
Hopefully that video inspired you to paint your own models, or at the very least to go out and get yourself a 3D printer so you can paint your own models. And if that's the case and you're tired of the stupid comments on Facebook, perhaps consider subscribing to my Patreon, where you will get access to a private Discord where there is no stupid comments. And nobody will tell you to level your bed 27 times after you've said, I have leveled my bed. But more importantly, we speak almost every day about painting, model making, and 3D printing. So if you would like to be part of an awesome community that doesn't discriminate or act like a bunch of knobheads, then have a look at the Patreon and perhaps join up. And speaking of, I'd like to thank the new Patreon we got this week, Anton Novikov. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Your support means so much to me, as well as these lights that like to blind the living daylights out of me. Also, as we get to this time of the video, there's only one thing I have left to say, and that's if you do not like this video, then just click the dislike button, bruh. And f*** off, man. I can't believe I recorded the whole video without any sound. Now I have to do the sound again.